Okay, it's going.
Okay.
So should we do presentations first?
Who's first? Yeah.
Get those out of the way. I can go first if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Share my screen. I'm doing it in Chrome this time, so it should hopefully be a little smoother. If I can find it, hold on. Let me start on the right page and then try and share it. Okay, so I was assigned Ajax. Hopefully you can see my screen. And I don't think I couldn't remember if I've trained on this yet.
Nobody's taught this topic now.
Okay. So this is one I needed help with. During office hours, I made an appointment with Brother James, and he helped me with this because I kind of got stuck on this. It wasn't as obvious as the other ones. So this one, it changes the text here. So if you click on the button, it just changes the text, and so it's kind of a simple text change. But I'll show you the code behind it. So that this is where the script begins. A lot of this just has to do with the type of browser. It does different things. And then it gets in here, the on-ready state change. And I guess I kind of Googled that because I didn't know what that was, like the on-ready set. I guess that's just different stages the browser goes through to prepare to run the code. It's kind of what I gathered from it. And then a get element, my div, and then when you click the button, it goes through there, but here's the button down here. It's just the my div button, and then when you click that, it runs the script, and then it gets. And then this is where I got stuck, and Brother James had to help me. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. Apparently, this is when I got it from W3 School, it was just kind of generic information in there. But this is where the path to the file location goes. So I have this in my portfolio folder under topics folder, and then this is the file name. It's just a simple text file, but you can do, an HTML file or different types of things. But this is the file. So when I click the button, then it changes to this text, this file, which has, it's just a simple text file that has this text in there. And so that's kind of how it works. So next step is just to kind of experiment with it and try different things. But that's what I had.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
What kind of change? I mean, you're changing text, but can we change like pictures or something like that?
I would believe so. Yeah, I haven't tried that. I would imagine whatever's in that file, because that file. I mean, if I showed it to you, it's just literally, a paragraph element, that and that in a simple text document. So yeah, if you had a image in there, and that's something I can experiment with, and yeah, it would just show whatever is in that file.
Great.
So that might when we do our project app, like those images we've been gathering this week, if they click on it, they get the right answer, it shows them like an image, like a positive image, like a clip art of, like one of mine was like math with apples. So they click on it, they get the right answer, it shows them like an image of an apple, and shows them they got it right, or something like that, or a checkbox, or a check. But yeah, I would imagine that would work. So that might come in handy.
So Jeff, I have a question.
Yeah.
I tried doing that today, and it was like really, it didn't work for me. But I noticed, like, can you go over like how you did like the second step? Like, how you like have to put the link in, and like how the teacher helped you and stuff?
Yeah, basically, if I remember right, I didn't change anything except this part.
Okay.
And so, like in mine is hosted at a, web hosting provider, and so this is the folder it's in, the second folder, and then the file name. So I can send you part of this in the chat.
Okay, yeah.
Or I know sometimes it's hard to view on the screen. I don't know if that makes any difference, but I have it in the head. Okay, and then I don't know if you need the button as well, but I can send that. So as long as you get the file, the upload a text file to your hosting folder, the correct folder, then it should work.
Okay.
And then what did you put in like for that other in the text file?
Well, the text file might take too long to show, but it's just like a simple text document, and it literally just has the paragraph elements, just these words. It's a really simple, very simple file. You can type anything in there, then it would just show that.
Okay.
Whatever's in that text file.
Okay.
Yeah, and mine didn't work at the beginning also because I had some residual sections or coding in there, and so I had copied and pasted from something else, and so I had to clean it up. Then it seemed to work. Okay, well I'm all done. Yep, sure.
Great. So who's next? Me?
Sounds good.
Okay, it's my turn. Let me check here. Okay. Well, this this is going to be. I usually try with Notepad++. This is really simple for me to test some codes because we can run it really fast in the here. We can run it in Firefox, and Explorer, Chrome, Safari, etc. So I can see if it's working in those browsers. So I'm talking about animation today, CSS animation, and this is my example. We have two. Well, I'm animating a header 1 and a header 2 here, and a header 3, and we have to include these words. These letters MOZ. We use this for Firefox. For Mozilla browsers, and WebKit we normally use it for all the others. Well, sometimes this works for Safari too, and but for Chrome and for Explorer it works. So here is we have to define the duration, the name of the animation that we are performing, and here it is. Then we have what is it. So we use this word, the keyframes. It's defining what is doing it and from where it's going to start the animation. And I'm having two animations here. This one that is moving from left to right, and this one that is increasing the size of the letters. So, well, the headings that are moving. And I'm repeating this for the WebKit I'm using here, and I use it here for the Mozilla browsers here. So what I'm just defining here, so I'm just running it in Chrome, so hope you can see it. Here it is. And we can define the duration of this. I'm just delaying a little bit. If you see, I'm delaying a little bit this one and this one, so you can read this one first, this one then, and last here. I'm going to play it again, so you can concentrate in the things that you want the user to see. So I found this really helpful, and well, this is my presentation for this week. Well, I'm just showing you the code. It's kind of, it's not so long, but once you get it, you can repeat it and you can do it. That's it. I don't know if you have any question.
Aldo, where'd you get that code? Like what website?
Well, I didn't. I had an example from CS3 Schools. What is the name of that website?
W3 Schools.
Yeah, but I just got like this one. I mean, I tried several times using this one from to, and then I don't remember where I got this, where it's where you increase the size of the letters or the font. But I just get this one, and I was just trying several times changing this. And if you want this one to start from zero, we can see we are just running the 100%. If you change this, letters are going to appear from here, not from here, but from here, and they are going to move over here. So, in fact, well, I don't know if I can tell you where exactly I got it, but I think I just try to mix some of the animations I got, and this is the result.
Although, in the code, where do you have the text?
Okay, I'm going to show you here. You are defining here, you define, because you remember that animation is kind of a style. Mm-hmm. So you define all the style here, and then you just, in the body element, you just define the header 1, header 2, and header 3. If you put, this is important because if you are setting more than one example here, I have a header 1 here. If you put another header 1 here, it's going to apply the same animation for that, for all header 1s that you write. Okay. So that's what I'm defining for header 1 here. This is the animation for header 2, and if you see, I'm delaying. This is taking 3 seconds. This is going to take 4, and it's going to take 5. But in fact, it's the same animation, just delaying the animation period.
Although, is this in your portfolio?
Not yet. No, I'm just. I was working with that last night, so I wasn't comfortable with it. But I'm going to put it in my portfolio. So when I put it, just I'm going to let you know. And maybe in the group, I'm going to put the link for that.
Okay, yeah. If you can share your link to your portfolio, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay. So. So who's next?
I can go. If
Okay.
that's okay. I was gonna do what Jeff was doing, but it was like way too hard and I couldn't figure it out. So I did DOM manipulation or something like that, and I did changing the HTML output stream, and I'll share my screen. Um, Okay, so here's the code. It starts. Wait, where does it start? It starts right here, and here's the code, and it basically just gets the time of the day, and it's really simple. I'll show you. Hopefully, it will work. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, when you refresh the page, it just like gives you the exact time right here, and it says I'm in Mountain Time, I think, and it just changes like every time you refresh it, and I just think that was like really helpful because it's good to know what time it is. So yeah, that's basically it. It's really simple. You just put it in, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. And how does it works?
You just copy it, put it into your body, and then you don't like have to change anything, and then you just put it in, and it just works. It tells you the exact time and day.
Okay. And this will be according to your computer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like where you're located.
Okay.
So.
Great.
Yeah, that's it.
That was great.
Okay, local storage. Jeff kind of went over this last week. So I'll kind of skim through it until I get to the part I really want to talk about. But local storage is basically like cookies, where you store data in small text files on your computer, and they're stored in name-value pairs. But the difference is that local storage can do more than cookies can. It's more secure because data is on the local server and in the JavaScript, not on. That didn't come out right. It's stored locally, not on the server. So it's stored in the JavaScript and locally, but not on your computer, not on the website, basically. There are two ways to use it. There's local storage and there's session storage. And basically the difference is local storage is more permanent than session storage. So if you have a session storage on your website, it will save the information while the person is on the website, but once you exit out of the website, all of that information will be lost. So this first example is the one that Jeff showed us last week. So I'll jump over here to this one is kind of the best example. It's for saving a game. So they're calling locally here. They're not using session storage, but with everything that they want to store, they're calling it, getting the information, plugging it in so that the computer will save it. Kind of a better example of this is here. So this part right here is the key and value pair that's going to be put in. And this is all kind of the CSS stuff over here. The stuff we want to focus on is kind of in here. So this, the value is saved, the ID is saved. When you click on this button here, it will follow this ID, the save ID. The ID is here.
And when you click on it, it'll click the function, and it'll run through this function, which is basically setting the item. So local storage.set item sets an item in a local storage session. And then when you click the button, it will put it in. But it will also give you, running through all this code, it'll give you the if statement. It will also give you this click function, which allows you to remove it. So local storage is basically just adding and removing information locally from your storage. So things to remember. It's very similar to cookies, basically the same thing. The local storage does everything client-side, and cookies does most of its stuff server-side. There are two options, local or session, and then, as with most topics, there are different methods or different snippets that you would use, like the examples that I was showing where it had like the set value and the get value and things like that.
That's good. So will that be on your portfolio in your, because you're using GitHub, right?
I am using GitHub, yes.
Okay. So if we wanted to see that, like get the code, we can get it from there.
The PowerPoint is on our community folder.
Okay.
I don't have it in my portfolio yet.
Okay. Great. And then I saw somebody created an apps images folder, which is good because I added mine in there.
Cool.
So yeah, so
did everybody fix their? Looks like most of them got fixed. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think the main problem that I had, the main thing that I had trouble with when looking up images is I don't know what style we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want our images to be like coloring page style? Do we want that where it's like black and white line art that they could print off if they wanted to? Or do we want it to be like photographs? Do we want it to be just like basic clip art? What kind of imagery? Because that was one thing I was looking at stuff and then I was like, wait, we didn't decide on a style. Or does it matter? Do we not care?
I was thinking more, yeah, like clip art style, like more kid friendly. But yeah, like the fruit one would work. I mean, yeah, any the berries that are in any marbles would work because they're kind of kid friendly. They're colorful and bright, and so they can be used, I guess, as part of the question as an image and to kind of illustrate the question, or they can be used as a reward if they get the answer right, or both. I don't know. What does the rest of you guys think?
Yeah, it's like I was thinking. I got two images, but I'm not sure if because I found I was working with animation, and I'm going to show you something. I don't know if it will help to decide what kind of images are we using. Can you see this?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you just do like this, Yeah. It's like putting over here, so we can have the image here, and then the question in the back.
Oh yeah.
So I was trying to work. This one is like vertical flip, horizontal flip, and this one, well, is the same. So we can have an image here, and then we just flip it, and have the question there. So I was just thinking in like more detailed images.
Okay, so photography then.
Yeah, I was thinking in that, but I don't know what you think.
That works for me. If we find ones that are like baby animals or like they're still kid friendly. If you look
Yeah.
at the ones that I posted, they're all kid friendly. It's
Yep.
just a different style of, or a different technique of capturing the image. Okay, we'll go photography then. We've got the questions, we've got the photographs. I guess, what do we need to do next?
Well, I noticed in Brother James's last email, he said we should be working on a project plan with timelines and maybe even assignments, or we can make assignments later. But do you guys have time to make a quick project plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now we're on week 7. And it seems like we probably could use a few more images, but it seems like we got the questions and most of the images.
Aldo, did you put your pictures up?
Yeah, well, no, I'm going to put it now, so
Okay.
you can see them.
Put them in the app images folder on our community folder.
Okay.
It's a folder inside of a folder.
Okay.
And Lauren, did you put your questions up in there?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay. And then I guess probably and correct me if I'm wrong, I think probably the next step is to make like a sketch of the different pages or design of the site or the app.
Yeah.
And probably, yeah, the more simple, we don't have a whole lot of time once we get going. But I do like how, although you said even on that when it flips the little it's almost like a flashcard. Like you could have the question and they click on it and the answer shows on the back.
Yes.
But that's just one idea. But yeah, I kind of like that. It's almost like flashcards.
Yeah, it will be like that.
So we because it's an app, so you obviously can't have a whole lot on one page. We just have every page would be one question, especially if we're having images and animation. Is that how you guys were kind of thinking?
Yeah, but if we do that, they will be like big images, isn't it?
You can make them smaller, so they
So
fit
just
on like a mobile device.
only in the center.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Only in the center, image in center.
Well, oh no, I was just saying you can make them smaller, but yeah, I mean you could. I mean if you're just trying to visualize how this would work. So the app comes up and then you say start. It said in the original directions it said a one-page app. I don't know how that would work if you're having, you have 10, 12 questions, but you click start and then it takes you to the
It would be a
page with the first
combination.
question.
We'd be using a combination of all of the topics. So you would probably have it so that an image, the question pops up, and then there's a submit button. So once you answer, or like a text box or like a radio buttons or something, and they select the answer, hit submit, it would flip the image over using the animation that Aldo just taught us, show the image and have like a check mark or something like congratulations, you answered the question right, and then they'd click something else, it would flip the picture back over and the new question would be on the back. And so it would just keep flipping the question back and forth. You're still on the same page, but you're using Ajax and DOM to just flip things and animations and just flipping things over and creating new questions.
That's good.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with that.
So so I see that. Okay. So who's the who has the Art Lover email?
Me.
Do you want to sketch something out?
Sure.
Like,
I don't know what we'd sketch out though. From the sound of it, it's just a square box in the center of
okay, yeah, that's
the
true.
web page.
Okay. So the first page, not page, but the one square box, it would just be text or maybe an image too, and then with the question, and then
I guess it depends. Do we want it to have a welcome banner? So they click on the website, the welcome banner pops up that says enter your name. You click enter, and then it saves your name in the local storage. And then when you click save, then it like scrolls it up or slides it over using Ajax. It'll bring up a new screen with the question on it. It's just a
yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. So we are just talking about the ideas, isn't it? Because
Right.
now I just found really helpful this animation with the flipping, but in fact I don't really know how to do it yet. So I'm going to work on it
Okay, sure.
to figure it out.
So you're gonna work on the flipping animation?
Yeah, well, if you want to, well, I'm not sure if we are just trying to how do you say, just saying what we are doing. But if you want me to start doing that, I can do it.
Yeah, probably the sooner the better.
Okay, so then for next week, what do we want to have? Aldo will figure out. We'll have the animation down so that he can code everything, or we can take that code and plug it into our app. So that's something coding he can do. Everybody needs to have their images uploaded to our folder. What else do we need to have done?
Would it be helpful to have like a color scheme and a font selection?
We can. I don't know if it's necessarily that important right now because we're more worried about putting all of the code in.
Okay.
But we can. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Jeff, why don't you start doing a kind of side map? Can you do that?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Like a side map, like the wireframe.
Do we need a sitemap? It's so simple. I don't know if we need one.
Yeah, it's not really a site.
Yeah,
it's one page. I don't know if we need to have a sitemap done.
Well, not exactly like a sitemap, but like a wireframe, something like.
Oh yeah. That's what I think Michaela. It seems Michaela want to do that, like a sketch of.
Yeah.
Oh, the sketching. Okay.
Yeah, something like that to know where is going to be the text, where is going to be the pictures, or something like that.
Right. Okay. And both sides, the front side and the back side.
Yeah.
And then the welcome screen.
Okay, we don't have too much control. I mean, we do have control, but when you start putting the text in, the questions in, things change for each question. But yeah, I'll sketch something out, I guess.
Yeah, just. Yeah.
So, who's going to do it? Michaela, are you going to do it?
Sure.
Okay.
So, what else? We should probably have. We need to start coding stuff. Do we have everything that we need so that we can start coding?
Yeah. So it's supposed that we are going to continue working with these meetings until the next 2 weeks, and then we are going to start coding the app.
We should probably start before that. The app is due in like 4 weeks.
I can do the local stores where they put the name in.
Okay, so you want to start with the welcome banner then? All you have to do is have it like a heading that says welcome and then like a text box that says put in your name. And then with the local storage, have it save when you click submit. That's really all that one is.
Okay.
And then you can style it if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
So welcome page and name with storage. Okay.
Okay, so then, let's see, what's tomorrow, Wednesday? Thursday morning, I can probably have wireframe sketches done
Okay.
so that Jeff can start putting CSS styling on the web banner whenever he's ready for it.
Okay.
Okay.
But Wednesday will probably be the soonest for that, or not Wednesday, Thursday,
Okay.
sometime. So, and then by next class period, have the welcome banner completely finished, or at least finished as far as it can get without
Okay.
putting all of our questions in.
Now, Michaela, do you have like a file and folders are already for this on your GitHub?
Nope, it's just up there.
Okay, but okay, I guess maybe next week we can go over how to access that and contribute code.
Is everybody added as a collaborator? Does everybody have access to it?
I have access to it. I assume I'm
Yeah.
a collaborator.
Well, if you have access to it, then you're a collaborator.
Okay.
Yeah, I have access to.
Yeah, and I guess, let's see, my presentation next week.
Okay.
For
So
my presentation, I can do, if that's what you guys want, I can do the how to use GitHub for my presentation, if that's what you want me to do. Or I
Yeah.
can do it so we can do it separately from our presentations.
yeah, I would suggest that we do it separately from our presentation. I mean, beside our presentation, we just work on the things that we have said.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be helpful. Yeah, if you can just show us how to, like, I know how to access it, but yeah, where the file is and how do we put code in? Because I'm new to GitHub, so that'd be helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to plan all this in my head. Thursday, the site guide, sketches, whatever you want to call it. Those will be up Wednesday or Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And then for next Tuesday, we should have our presentations done. All final pictures, photographs should be up on the folder.
Mine are already there.
Just get them up whenever, before next time we meet. So presentations, pictures, questions should be up so that we can start plugging them into the code. Aldo's gonna figure out the flipping animation. Jeff has the welcome banner. I'll have the sketches done. We need something for Lauren.
Lauren, any ideas?
Where do you want to start coding?
What?
Where do you want to start coding?
She could do, because there's two sides of the card, right? So there's the front side, which all those gonna figure out how the animation works. She could do the code of the actual text and the images.
Yeah,
so have her do we want to use DLM or Ajax?
Yeah.
To switch between, well, I guess it's for you to figure out. So yeah, get the body copy in for the questions.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't Lauren start doing the text the content from the site? I mean, some instructions user can read to start the game, or colors, or something like that.
Like the instructions and stuff?
Yeah, instruction and style.
Okay.
General
So
style.
Okay, so basically what we'll do, Thursday I'll have the style up, so that the style will be ready. And then by Thursday, Jeff may or may not have the welcome banner coded so that he can put the styling onto the welcome banner. and then when his welcome banner is ready, or is from his welcome banner, we'll flip the page, and the instructions will come up. So that would be the page that Lauren will code, correct?
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Lauren?
Can you just say it one more time? Sorry.
Okay. Thursday, I'm going to put on either our folder or our community or both or everything, whatever. I'll put sketches up so that everybody can see what our site's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
And then by Thursday, Jeff will have his code for the welcome banner, which is basically just says welcome, put your name in, and submit. And then from there, our screen will flip, and I'll put all this into the imagery that I'm sketching. The image will flip, and it'll give another page that'll have instructions. And it'll just be, all you'll have to type is like a header that says, this is the instructions, colon, and then give like a paragraph of this is what you're doing when you're using our website or our app. Thank you, and then click, and then have a little button that says continue. And then we use Ajax and flip it over to our questions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That's
good.
great.
Okay.
That's great. And well, I don't know. I want to tell you something, you guys. I'm going to be out of town next week, so I'm not sure I'm going to be available from 7 to 8. But I'm going to try hard to do it. In case I can, I'm going to upload my presentation. I'm going to figure out how to use this code, and maybe Jeff, if you can help me, I can email it to you. So if you have any question, I can talk about it before the meeting, so you can help me with that presentation. Is that okay?
Yeah, no problem. And if you want to send the flip animation code to...
What might be the best option if you're not going to be here is to record kind of like our share videos, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. Record yourself presenting, giving your presentation, and record your explanation for the animation.
Great.
Then.
Besides my topic, isn't it? Because I am supposed to talk about local storage next week.
Right, beside your topic. So that wouldn't be your topic. It would be just so that we know, we can understand better what you're... I mean, if you want to record everything, that's fine too. I don't care. But record...
So, yeah, but what I mean, if we... Do I have to talk about local storage or not?
I guess that's up to you, since if you're not going to be here. If you're going to be here, I mean, I don't know if you need to record it, but have the presentation up so we can at least look at it.
Okay.
And then with the animation.
Yeah. That's the most important thing, I think.
Yeah. And what I was saying is, if you can submit the animation code, just the structure of it to us or to Michaela, to GitHub, or however you want to get it, so that we can start working with it for the following week.
Yeah, just post a text file to our community.
Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a great start. We'll have a nice framework for the app.
All right. So we'll have... Okay, everybody got their assignments down then for next week?
In fact, I just wrote them in the minutes. So if we just don't... if we forget, we can give a glance to it so we can remember.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
Great.
All right.
Cool.
Hey, before it sounds like you guys are getting ready to close up shop.
Yeah.
If this is a natural breaking point, let me hop in and see if there's any questions or things that I can clarify or help you with.
Well, I have a question. Maybe we answered it, but are we? We are supposed to start working on the application in the next 2 weeks, but we are just planning to do it since now, as you see. Is it okay to start doing that?
Absolutely. Go ahead and get a jump on it. That's fine with me. If you guys have covered your topics already, or even that, yeah, definitely start thinking.
Okay. Thank you.
Brother James, I have a question. I looked at the syllabus and kind of looked at, different future lessons. I couldn't tell exactly when the app is due, like the exact drop dead due date.
The end of week 12.
Okay, it's just like Saturday of week 12.
Yes,
Okay, great, thanks.
I don't want to give you any leeway, but that conclusion week too, if you got it in then, it's pretty easy for me to review the app. I would prefer you do it on the end of the week 12, but there's a little bit of grace period
Okay, thanks.
as well.
Brother James, I have another question.
No, you only get one.
Okay, I can do it?
No, Michaela's got to ask you a question for you.
Okay.
What is it?
Well, how can we know that we are enough with a topic? I mean, we are supposed to use all these topics on the app, but how do we know that we use it to get a 100? I mean,
Oh, for your application?
yeah.
Your application is a very narrow scope application. It used to be you had 2.5 months to work on an application, and so I expected a lot more back then. So with it being so limited now and you just have 4 weeks, there's just one piece of functionality I want you to develop and do and fully flesh it out. The one piece of functionality, one use case. So therefore, you're only going to have one piece of Ajax in there probably. And throwing in some animations is easy to do. You can make it look gaudy if you want to with all kinds of jiggly and changing fonts and colors, but have one piece of that everywhere someplace in the application. So I recognize that it is a narrow scope, so you don't have a lot of opportunity to spread something in 2 or 3 different places.
Okay.
So, Brother James, we're doing a educational app for like 6 to 10-year-olds. We have a list of questions that we've all contributed. I mean, for a narrow scope, should we only have like 2 or 3 questions, or I think we have about 12 probably. That's probably too many for this app.
My thinking is there are only 4 numbers. There's 0, 1, 2, and infinite. So if you do it right, whether you have 4 questions or 100 questions, your code may not need to be that much different.
Okay.
If you're hard coding things so that it's just strictly, this isn't a programming class. You're not going to be graded necessarily on the elegance of your programming algorithms. So if you choose to go more of a hard-coded approach, that's okay, because you're supposed to be working on HTML5 and CSS3. But I would encourage you, if you could generalize it so you could do 10 questions or 100 questions, try and think of it that way. But that's not the purpose of the class. The purpose of the class is the mobile application development.
So whether we have 3 questions or 12, as long as it works, we'll get the same grade.
Right.
Okay.
Great.
Going once? Twice. All right. Thanks for letting me hop in on your team meeting, you guys.
Anytime. Thanks, Brother James.
You bet. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Yeah, so see you next week.
Okay. Yep, same time next week. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.